I always wanted to come back and go to school because I felt like something was just missing in my life. And my whole life, I just, raised my sister's kids. I never went to school. I missed out on school a lot to help her raise her kids because she was a single mother. My mom was a single mother, and it was just us three girls. I had older brothers. They were always absent, always in prison. My dad was always in prison. So I really didn't have that male role in my life, which made it easy for me to go out in the street and look for someone. At a very young age, I had a boyfriend at 13 years old, and I ran away from home when I was 15. I had my first kid when I was 16, and it was just, it wasn't a good life. He was just like my brothers, but it was something that I was accustomed to. I didn't know anything else. So when I ran away, I had officially dropped out of school. I was a freshman, and I remember just always getting my report cards, and they were always F's, and it was because I didn't finish. I couldn't understand what they were showing on the board because I was never there, or I just had so much shit going on at home that I had no interest in whatever was going on the board or the teacher was saying. I was worrying about my niece and my nephew, if they were okay, if the babysitter was taking care of them, was, treating them well. That was my main concern. I was more like a mother to them than an aunt.
You pretty much, your whole life, you were taking care of others instead of your.
Yes, I was taking care of others.
Then after you had your own children, you decided to go back to school.
Yeah, well then my mom was also a housekeeper, so she had a lot of ladies that, she took care of that had medical issues, that she actually cleaned their homes and did stuff for them, and they didn't have family there to take care of them, and I kind of did stuff for them, drive them around in their golf cart to go get meds, or most of them had diabetic ulcers, and I would take care of their ulcers. I was a kid. When I decided to go back to school, my son was already 13, 14, and I, and I would work a lot. I was a baker for years, for like 10 plus years. I missed out on a lot of his life, and he became the father role for my little kids. I'll take good care of your brother and your sister. Remember, keep them inside. Don't go outside, because stuff could happen to you, and I'll be back. I'm gonna go work, and I'll be back, and I promise this, promise that. And then I found myself working 60 plus hours a week, and then there are times where I enrolled my son in soccer. I had to take 2-3 lunches that day just to be able to go and come back and take him to his soccer game and take him back home, and it was a lot, and I wanted to be able to be the Wonder Woman for my son. As he got older, I realized like something was wrong with him. Like he was just like, everything was and I realized that he thought that it's okay to live like this. Like there's nothing better. It's okay to work in a grocery store or work somewhere else. You don't need to get your high school diploma. You could go work at a banquet's place and make a lot of money during season, and but
you didn't see the need to have an education.
But it's okay to live like that. It's okay. But what's not okay is that you have this beautiful brain that God gave you, and it has so much capabilities. And I think the lack in society was that they don't teach our children to use it, and the first teacher for my kid was me. I need to teach my son how to use it. One day I went to work and I quit. I turned in my uniforms and I said, I quit.
Out of the blue?
I quit. And they looked at me like, you're nuts. Come back, hurry up and go change. And no, I'm done. And I walked out and they didn't believe me. And then a couple days later, they're like, what's going on? I quit. I said I quit. I came and I enrolled that same day into school here. And I said, if I want want to do something in my life, whatever it is, being a nurse, doing anything, I need to get that diploma. That was my key to open those doors, because to them, you know, whether you're a good person, you have all these good qualities, they need that diploma, just like you need a driver's license to drive a car.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and that was my vehicle, was my diploma. And I came every day. You know, I'm dyslexic myself, you know, and then I have a little boy that has ADHD. So there was times where I'm pretty sure you remember, I would even bring him to class with me, you know, and I would sit here and take all this in, write as many notes as I can, and no matter how I wrote my notes, I didn't understand it, so I tried to find a more creative way to do my notes, which was drawing pictures, arrows, smiley face, you know, sad faces, no, not like this, you know, stuff like that, in order for me to understand it. When my son was seeing that, he's like, Mom, why are you going to school? And I go, you'll see. So as he started, you know, needing help with his math, I learned to understand that and help him with his math. He's like, how do you know all this? Because I'm going to school, you know? But I was able to help him with a lot of stuff. And, you know, to him, it was just like, nah, you know, my mom's going back to school, whatever. My main goal was to impress my 14-year-old son. I wanted to impress him. You know, he was the man of my life. You know, was my man. He was my little man. So then, as I started learning and all this, and then I took my exam, and I was nervous as hell. Mm-hmm. I was like, do I go pee? Do I not pee? Like, what do I do? Like, okay, am I smart enough? Am I good enough? Like, can I do this? I could do this. Like, this shit's easy. So then when I sat down, I took the exam. I'm like, oh shit, this is easy. You know, and I started just doing it. And then when I got my results, you know, a couple days later, I scored high on everything. And I was like, oh my God, like really? Like, I could have done this all along. Like, I could have really done this. Like, I just stunned myself, you know, and I impressed myself. And I realized that the main reason why I got my GED was for myself. You know, it was to prove to myself that I can do this, that I'm not stupid, you know, that I could do the basic shit, not just really hard. These were like big words.
So despite you being dyslexic, mm-hmm. despite of being a mother of how many children?
3.
Despite everything, you started by getting your GED, then you went to get your LVN. You're gonna take the licensing pretty soon. Yes. And then now you enrolled in
my
RN program. So you're gonna be a nurse, and everything started. What year did you come to get your high school diploma?
I believe I started in 2015.
Oh yeah.
I started in 2015, and it was kind of hard because as it was, my little boy has ADHD, and nobody was able to tolerate him. So I would come for 3 months and then not come for, you know, and then I was like, that's it. You know, you're coming to class with me, whether they like it or not, but you're gonna sit your butt down and, you know, we're gonna do this. And I did it.
It's a remarkable thing, because I saw you come into the classroom. I saw you taking notes. I saw you paying attention. I saw you the struggles. I remembered, and you made it. It shows that when you really want something, you can do it. You're going to be making more money, thank God. I mean, hopefully, when you become an RN, even as an LVN. And to me, I'm really grateful. It's that having students like you, they come to the classroom, they put all the effort despite everything against you. Because you mentioned you're dyslexic.
Yeah.
And yet, you're going to be an RN.
Yeah.
And not only that, you're a wonderful mother, you know, and that is remarkable. I don't know if you know how.
Well, the last day of school was November 16th of last year. Was my last day of school. And I remember I came home and I got in my car, and you know, every day of school as I came home, I was like, okay, this is my homework that I need to do when I walk in. But I need to do laundry, I need to do dishes. So between that, I'll do this.
So you did
this.
homework, laundry,
Yes.
being a mother, a
homework,
wife.
laundry, being a mother, wife. I did it all.
And being a mother also from a ADHD
Little
child,
boy.
which
Yeah.
makes it. But no matter what, you still came and
Yeah.
finished your high school diploma, and then you went on.
Yeah, I remember just hearing a little voice in my head, and I know God followed me all the way through. He just told me, how bad do you want it? You know, and I remember praying one night, you told me, how bad do I want it? How bad do you want to give me a chance to get it? You know, and I remember he put a good man in front of me, and he said, he is going to help you.
So God has
have-
been.
You have all of these obstacles, you've gone this far, okay, now I'm going to give you this guy, and he's going to help you with your kids. You know, he's going to do what he needs to do to help you. And it's up to you to do the rest. Okay, it's going to be hard. And it was really hard. I remember just crying to myself some days where I was just like, this, I can't no more. I can't. I would get migraines. I would 4 a.m. staring at, 8 different books. I mean, like 1 2-inch books, just staring at them, learning how to diagnose patients and doing all of this, how to take care of them, learning medications. And
So you were studying at late nights because.
yes, studying at late nights every night. I mean, I never went out, and whenever we would go out to family functions, I would take my books. I would take my suitcase with my books. And family functions would be outside, barbecuing, and I was inside reading my books. And sometimes family will get in the way and tell you, just go and do this. Look, they're hiring over here and they pay really good money. Just do this. Like, you don't understand. It's not about the money anymore. It's about me. Like, I gotta do this for me, not for you to think it's okay for me to just get this job. Like, I don't mean to offend you, but I gotta do this for me, and it was hard because you do receive a lot of backlash. What really helps is when teachers open up and they include their personal life, and then they tell you at the end, but look where I'm at. I'm here. Then you're like, oh, you know what? You're right. And you learn by other people's mistakes and voyages in life. If you learn by them, you just sit down, watch, and listen and soak it in. Then you realize where you want to be and what you need to do to get there. You can learn by other people's mistakes
And also apply them so you can do better.
and apply them to you so you can do better. Or if you want to learn by your mistakes, go ahead.
You're
learn
free.
by mistakes.
You're free. One of the things
But-
that I noticed that you are smart. I noticed when you were taking notes. I noticed that you didn't pay attention to other things going on, but you concentrated. You were able to concentrate in the class.
Yeah.
And now we are going to go to her graduation. I'll be there next Friday.
Yeah, next Friday.
Next Friday, I'm gonna be with her in her graduation. You're gonna take tons of pictures for everybody to see. I'm so proud of you, Mija.
Thank you.
I still gotta edit this.